Today we've travelled over to sunny old Essex to meet up with the lads from the Home Improvement channel. If you've been following along on their recent videos, you'll have seen that Phil and Brad have bought themselves a lovely little canal boat. As seen in the series so far, the lads have already put in a lot of time and effort into the boat. The end goal is to get it river ready and to transform it into a luxury floating home. Now the reason we're here is because this beauty of a boat needs a little bit of welding and a bit of TLC. But luckily, these two know a couple of guys who know a thing or two about that. Or at least one of them does anyway.
Why are you being like that? I believe in you.
Thanks.
I believe in you.
Someone does. As the lads are remodelling the interior of the boat, there are a couple of holes on the outside of the boat that need to get gone. Originally, these holes would have been used for things like toilets and sinks, but as the lads are remodelling, these old ones need to be patched up, ready for the new ones. We fired up the only tool for the job, the MIG 181, and the lads got cracking with some welding. We started off by securing the new steel to the boat by putting in a few tack welds. Although the steel we're using today is actually quite thick, which in theory should give us a bit more wiggle room in terms of heat, we still took our time and didn't go in all guns blazing with long weld beads. We did this to avoid distortion on both the new steel and the existing steel on the boat. So in theory, when we're done, it should be nice and flat. Once the holes were filled, we ground back the welds, leaving it looking like we were never even there. Next up, we moved over to the engine bay, as the lads are wanting to remove all of this old angle iron so they can replace it with all new material. We ground down some of the paint to get a good earth, and we brought out the beast of a tool, which is the Artech P51D plasma cutter. We got to work on cutting up all of this old angle iron, and even though, as you can see, it's rusty and it's thick, this machine cut through that material like it was a hot knife through butter. After cutting the first piece out, we cracked on, cutting the rest of it up piece by piece until eventually we had a pile of rusty old iron. Next we moved over to the battery box, as this also needed to come out. Now initially when we looked at it, we thought this was going to be a trickier task than the rest simply because of the space. However, as soon as we got the torch head in there and actually started cutting, we soon realised that the machine was making absolute mincemeat of this material, and it was cutting through it with ease.
It's solid. One better try, yeah! That's a trophy. Now the boat's gonna be all lopsided. Yeah.
Now that these guys have had a bit of hands-on experience of welding and cutting, we're going to leave them to it, so make sure you keep up with their series to see how they get on.
Love you, bye!
Ta-da! If you've been following along on their recent videos, you'll have seen, what are you laughing at?
Nice and fun, let's go!